What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X gameplay video for you guys today, and today I basically have decided on a bunch of various stuff. I'm going to go and do a bunch of the requests that I somehow missed. So I spent like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, something like that, just going and looking through all of my comments that I can find anyway, and try to do all the requests I missed. And one of them was at least rather recent, but somebody saw my First Descendant video on the 1080p and 900p and 720p, and they were actually one of those people that wanted to play at 1080p but with low. And when I did the video, I did my usual 1080p high, 900p medium, and 720p low. So they want to see what it'd be like 1080p on low. So that's what we're going to do in this video for this guy, and then I'm going to go and do a plethora of other systems too. Obviously, they're gonna be different videos, but I'm just kind of saying what's going on. Anyway, though, I think that's more than enough for the intro. Let's go get this guy hooked up to the capture computer, and let's go see how it does at 1080p with everything on low.
All right, here's the settings we're gonna run as requested, 1080p. And then pretty much everything else on here is just standard as it came with. And then, of course, I had to use a little bit of FSR. There's no way it would have just done native 1080p, even with everything on low. But there's that, and I turned motion blur off because I just don't like that stuff, but it doesn't really affect FPS much, if at all. So, oh, and I should say, this is the Ally X's settings. We're gonna run the exact same thing again on the old Ally as well. But for now, let's go hop into the game. All right, wanted to start off in town here real quick, just to see what it was like, and then we'll go hop out into the actual place to shoot at stuff. Seems to have a little stutter every now and again. Yeah, definitely playable. I would like 60 FPS all the time, but that just doesn't happen in this game. Even with 720p and low, there'd be certain circumstances where it still drops a little under, but that's still your best bet, if all you care about is FPS. But this is a good way to go if you want to stay 1080p, like base 1080p anyway. That way stuff's a tiny bit crisper. Alright though, this was a good spot to move on, so let's do just that. Alright, here we are, in an actual like place where we can shoot. So let's go run around and see if we can't find some stuff to shoot at. Then I'll get a little camera recorded gameplay, and then we'll switch over to the old school Ally and see how it does. I was originally just requested to do the old school Ally, but I want to do both just for fun. That way they can compare the two. Oh boy, I fucked that up real good. I'm not used to using this still with the controller. Much better at this game with keyboard and mouse, but I mean, most people that main PC are. Not everybody, but that's just the majority. Man, I've been working on all these videos all day. I think I'm gonna cheat and DoorDash me some McDonald's. I don't have it too often, but I'm just feeling lazy and don't feel like making anything. Give me my double quarter pounder meal with my 10-piece nuggets and hot mustard. Heck yeah. Not the best food, obviously, but I don't know. Even after getting a decent amount of money, I still like the taste of McDonald's more than a lot of the more expensive stuff, but that's just me. Most people definitely would disagree with me on that. I guess I can't go up there that way. Oh well, let's try going like that. What about that one? Do you think I can do that just by jumping? Let's try. Hell yeah, we can. I mean, why not experiment, right? Alright, still so far playable. We're not getting no 60 FPS, but we're not dropping under 30. Resource box. Some Repton. And a Mondsard, hey? Hey, what do you guys think you're doing? Get out of here. At least I finally found something to shoot. I think everybody else killed everything already. I guess I could just go over there and help that guy. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be anyway. They parties just up. Let's see. I don't know if I can even get over there from over here, but I'm going to try it. I'm probably just going to fall to my death. Yep. Oh well. I tried.
벌거스가 선박자 데이터를 외부로 전송하고 있습니다. 데이터가 전송되고 있는 위치를 버니에게 전달하겠습니다. 다행인 부분은 놈들이 네트워크 인프라를 마비시켜 전송 속도가 매우 느리단 겁니다. 스스로 발목을 잡아버렸군요.
Huh. Inventory is quite full. All right, though. I'd say this is a good spot to move on to the original ally.
All right, let's get a little camera recorded gameplay now. Then after that, we'll move, or I don't know how I'm gonna do this in the video. I might do the older ally first, and then you can compare it to the new one, but we'll see what happens. Get wrecked, scrub. Ooh, that one has a little bit more survivability.
전망이 지하로 연결돼 있었군. 출력은 지휘 시설을 운용하기엔 딱 알맞고. 아무래도 벌거스 지휘본부는 지하에 있는 모양이야. 버니에게도 전달할게.
But yeah, we can't quite hit no 60 FPS, but it seems to be staying at least over 30. So, depending on what kind of FPS you want, it's either good enough or not quite good enough. If I remember correctly, no matter what we did with this game, we couldn't stay at a constant 60, unfortunately. In the first place, so. Gas tank. Still though, playable for me, but again, I'm not that great at these kind of games, so somebody who is probably would go, oh, ew, this is gross, I can't stand this FPS. But who knows? Oh, what was that? Is that money? Oh no, that might have been ammo. I did use quite a bit of it after all. Or it could have just been money. Nope, didn't quite get there. There we go. But in any case, now it's time to go and see how the original Ally does. Still haven't decided which way I'm going to put them in the actual video when I make it, but we will see when it comes to that.
Alright, here we go with the original Ally settings. We're going to run the exact same resolution and field of view and all of that stuff. Now let's go over here, and I just did the same thing, put the graphics on low, and put it on AMD FSR quality. And then turn motion blur off, because I just don't like that. And there we go. So now let's go see how this guy stacks up in comparison. They should be very similar, but I wonder which one comes out ahead. It should be the new one, but let's find out. Alright, here we are in town, just like we started on the Ally X, but now we're on the original Ally Z1 Extreme. So let's just compare and see how they do. Huh, this one actually got 1 or 2 FPS higher back there. Now that could be because there's 2 or 3 less people over here, but that's just what I observed. But I figured they were going to be pretty damn similar. Unless you had it side by side, you would never be able to tell the difference in this particular game. Although that's kind of how it is in almost every game. Except for the ones that, you know, want a little more RAM. Those ones will obviously work a little bit better on the X. But yeah, this one seems to be getting just a teeny bit better FPS. I don't think I changed anything and did anything improper. Maybe this one just has more mature drivers. Who knows? It could be as simple as that. Alright though, why don't we now move on to the actual game and fight some stuff, hopefully. Alright, here we are in the same spot as the Ally X, so let's run around and see how it does compared to the Ally X. This is just the old school Z1 Extreme. Now the one thing I did notice is the battery level at the end of the tests. Obviously the one with double the battery is obviously going to get better battery life. But this one felt like it got a little bit better FPS, just by like 1 or 2. But it seemed like it was getting a little bit better. But they were both at the same time, so like 1 to 2. It's not like you're going to notice that without a frame rate counter, and then watching it side by side at that. But just being honest, it seemed like this one got 1 or 2 more FPSs. Don't know why, but it did. And I had them both on turbo. Neither one was plugged in, though. Now, in some games that helps a lot. Some games it doesn't really do nothing. A lot of benchmarks it doesn't really seem to help much either. So that's why I don't do that. Plus, I don't use my stuff plugged in. That would annoy me, having a cord popping on my stuff. I'd always be worried I was going to accidentally break my power connector, and then how am I going to charge it? I mean, the Ally X has two, so I guess if I break one, you can charge it on the other. But yeah, they're pretty damn equal. Both are more than playable. Alright, that's how you get into that one. You gotta interact. Can't shoot that one. That's just for the munition chests, I guess. Huh, I'm almost getting a little low on ammo here. I gotta be a little more careful with it, I guess. Or try to find some more. One of the two. Oh, I messed that up. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright. At least we found a little battle, it seems. Even with all this going on, I don't think I saw it drop under 30. Take that, Storm Warrior. There we go. Oh, that was a little weird. Anyway, though, let's go move on to a little camera now.
Alright, now, camera for gameplay. Okay, sometimes shoot in the back.
벌거치가 청각자 데이터를 외부로 전송하고 있습니다. 데이터가 전송되고 있는 위치를 버니에게 전달하겠습니다. 다행인 부분은 놈들이 네트워크 인프라를 마비시켜 전송 속도가 매우 느리단 겁니다. 스스로 발목을 잡아버렸군요.
Oh, I guess you can't go up through there. Looks like you could. That's terrible. Yeah, seems to be very similar to the X. In fact, it almost seems like this one's getting an FPS or two more here and there. But that could just be placebo or less people, different things going on. Or this could just have a little bit more mature drivers for the GPU, something as simple as that. I thought they're on the same one though, but possibly not. But they are both fully up to date, Windows-wise and Armory Crate-wise and everything else. Ooh, munitions? Oh, damn you all. There we go. You gotta be perfect with your aim with that thing. Now if I had my keyboard and mouse, I could probably be a little more accurate. And the thing on that, it's middle mouse button down, and then you can just aim your mouse exactly where you want to go. Obviously I can still do it with this guy, but definitely a little bit more input is necessary. But yeah, still playable-ish FPS. We're in the 40s, sometimes 50s. Would I like 60 all the time? Hell yeah, but being realistic, we're sort of a base of 1080p resolution here. I don't know what that makes it with quality FSR, but I know it's not 1080p anymore, that's for sure. And without FSR, we would be getting like probably 20 FPS. So, I already know that's not going to work. Otherwise, I would have tried that too. Alright, I think with that, we can go wrap this video on up.
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for the First Descendant at 1080p with FSR, and it was still playable. Obviously we weren't getting quite 60 FPS anymore, but it was still playable. Now me, I'd prefer a 60 plus anything with guns, but can't always get that, especially with handhelds. So for me with a handheld, as long as it can get 30 plus, preferably 40, then it's playable. So I don't know if that's good enough for the person who requested the video, obviously, but I think I did a pretty good job, and I even added the Ally X in, even though it wasn't requested, just so they could compare it, see if it's worth that extra amount of money. Unless you want that extra battery life, I don't think so. It's like, shit, 800 bucks. I think you can get this thing for like 400 now. So yes, this thing is better, but I don't know if it's an extra almost $400 better, you know? For me, I like that freaking battery in that thing though, and the better like grips and stuff like that. I think that's pretty dope. Man, it's hard to keep both these bastards awake while you're trying to get an outro. But anyway, I think that's my cue to wrap this completely up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I did a good enough job for the requester. And until the next video, peace out, guys.